Coming up on Jag News.
Coming out as gay, it's never easy, but why it can be especially tough when you're still in high school.
I just dance the pain away.
Also, Magnet or Metro? Which bus do southbound students prefer to ride?
And she may be a young woman, but find out why this South student won't settle for just running with the girls.
Coming to you from the Broadcast Center at South Mountain High School, it's Jag News Now.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Jaguar News. I'm Amanda Salome.
And I'm Ilani Robinson. High school's already rough for some students, but trying to come to terms with something that changes your entire life, that's our top story. Jaguar News reporter Saul Hernandez talks about how one student's coming out changed his entire life.
For sophomore Isaac Borrayo, dance isn't just a way to express himself, it's a way to shut up the negativity in his life. Earlier this year, Isaac decided to come out as gay to his friends and family.
With my friends, I thought it was time to be myself around them. And then with my family, it was actually during an argument. And so I was like, why not now? And I just wanted to be myself around people.
Isaac says his friends accepted him with open arms, but when it came to his family, it was a different story.
My relationship with my parents changed a lot. With my mom, I don't have the same communication I used to have before, and I'm just not as close to her as I used to be.
Recent studies show that teenagers are coming out at a younger age than ever before. Information provided by Lambda Legal indicates the average age for lesbian and gay youth to come out is now 16 years old. Coming out earlier doesn't make it easier. Other studies show that gay youth are 4 times more likely than straight teenagers to attempt suicide. Isaac chooses to brush off the negativity through one of his passions.
I'm currently in dance, and that's my passion. I really like it a lot. So that's where I choose to let everything out. I just dance the pain away.
If you don't dance like Isaac, you can join the LGBT support group in the South Mountain Counseling Office.
It's a really safe place to come and be with other students who are LGBT or Q, so lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or questioning.
Isaac maintains a 4.3 GPA while balancing dance and honors and AP classes. Life may be tough, but Isaac feels good about his decision.
It's really, really hard, but it's better to be yourself earlier than to come out later in life, because by hiding who you are, you're just affecting yourself, you're hurting yourself.
If you're struggling with your sexuality, the LGBT support group joins in the counseling office every Tuesday. I'm Saul Hernandez for Jaguar News.
We like to give you a perspective about how many high school students identify themselves as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. The Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network conducted a national poll. It found one student in every American classroom identifies as LGBT. In fact, 5% of all American high school students identify themselves as LGBT.
There are a lot of ways to get to school. If you're not walking, you may be riding a bus. There are choices. You can take a Metro bus or a Magnet bus. Jaguar News shows us the advantages to both. The Route 7 Metro bus picks up students at 7th Street and McDowell every weekday. Junior Angelica Torres chooses to ride the city bus after school because she feels it's the best way to get home.
Have an 8th hour, and it comes usually after 8th hour, and so I'd rather just get home faster because I have stuff to do.
A Metro bus is a popular option. A spokesperson for Valley Metro told us it's difficult to track the exact number, but on a recent ridership survey, we calculated about 1,500 students ride South Mountain's Route 7 bus each year.
This Magnet bus is about to take students home. Every afternoon there's about 5 to 6 students, including me, on board. That's pretty typical.
We don't have an exact number of students riding Magnet buses, but we do know it is a lot less than the number who ride Metro buses. Still, Magnet buses have their fans.
More often, but I'm one of those people that prefers the Magnet bus. The only reason I ride the city bus more often is because I have to stay after school most of the time. But I love taking the Magnet bus home because when I get home, it drops me off right by my house.
Both bus rides have one thing in common. They're both free. All you need to do to ride a Magnet bus is register with school administration. A Metro bus requires a bus card. You can pick one up at the Lunch and Bus Application Center near the counseling office. For Jag News, I'm Amanda Salome.
We just got the fall Ames results for the seniors. Here's the breakdown of the numbers. In the senior class, 71 students still need to pass the writing, 46 need to pass the reading, and 130 need to pass the math. For those seniors who didn't pass the Ames in the fall, you still have one more chance in the spring to pass in order to graduate.
Typically, high school students graduate in May. However, 11 South students have graduated early. All you need in order to graduate early is 22 credits. To graduate early, these students may have taken an extra class in night school, summer school, or online, as well as a full 8-class schedule. Students also need to pass all of their AIMS tests.
Seniors, now's the time for you to apply for federal student aid for college. This form is known as FAFSA. You can locate the application at www.faspa.ed.gov. Applications are available in English and Spanish. You will need tax information from parent or guardian to complete the form. FAFSA is used to help students receive grants, scholarships, and loans. Students who are undocumented are not able to apply for FAFSA, but they are able to apply for scholarships. Counseling advises students to listen for financial aid workshops and keep applying for scholarships. See your counselor if you have any more questions.
South Mountain's newspaper teacher has published a new book. Miss Anne Montgomery just published her new book called The Magician. The Magician is an historical fiction. It's about a reporter that learns about an archaeologist that dug up a magician. As she gets deeper into the research, the safety of her life is put at risk.
I had to find out about pottery and weapons and the way people traded and traveled, and it was fascinating to me. I love history, and so I really enjoyed the research part of it.
The Magician has also been named an editor's top pick by Musa Publishing. Her first book published was The Jerusalem Syndrome, The Wreck of the Sunset Limited.
Rehearsal is now underway for this year's musical, Tarzan, and the cast list is finally up. Juniors David Saldido and Nadim Manos lead the cast as Tarzan and Jane. Other students also cast as Aniva McDaniel, Sean Antaveros, Trayvon Powell, Adia Medina, Vincent Salazar, Michael Rodriguez, and Saul Hernandez. The cast will perform the show for 2 days starting March 5th and 6th. They ask that the campus come out and support them on stage. Coming up after the break, we'll have all the action on the sports
and what you need to know about hoopcoming.
Go. Discipline. Determination.
For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10%
Hard work.
20% skill, 15% concentrated
Family.
100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up. He doesn't need his name up.
The boys basketball team is up and running, having faced Cactus High School and Washington High School this last week. South Mountain got the lead early in the game against Cactus, and they would hold on to it for the whole game. Zylan Cheatham grabbed 13 rebounds. Oh, here he is now getting the ball, zooming down the court, and whammy! Over here, Philip Trimble gets the easy putback, adding to their lead, as he and the boys got the 63-45 win. Congrats to the boys. The girls are 9-2 this season as they remain undefeated still at home. Against Shadow Mountain, the Lady Jags had a terrific game. Here, Najia Pack grabs the rebound and feeds it to Jasmine Jacobs, who was by herself for the easy lay-in. If you haven't heard already, the Lady Jags competed in the Nike Tournament of Champions. They came out on top as the Black Division champs. They beat Warren High School, Martin Catholic, and Chandler High School. The wrestling team held their last home meet of the season. Coach Thompson recognized the senior wrestlers, handing out roses to each one. They faced Paradise Valley, losing with a score of 12-58. South, last Thursday, met Camelback and lost against them 21-48. Since South have few students in the varsity squad, many opponents automatically were given points for forfeits. Dedication is key. Here at South Mountain, we have a female student who likes to run with the guys. Jaguar News reporter Tierney Hightower brings us this unique student.
17-year-old Hayel Zacarias grew up the second youngest out of 7 children. At age 12, she found her passion for soccer and has won 2 championships since then.
I like running. Well, it feels good. It makes me feel like every time we're at the mountains, I feel so like I can clear my mind. I can think about things I couldn't think about here.
Hayel started running her freshman year after her cousins suggested that she should try it, and she hasn't stopped. A few months ago, she ranked 6th in sectionals. Running is not as easy as it looks, and Hayel isn't satisfied with being just another female runner.
Well, I feel like I put in a lot of work because I don't really run with girls. Like I have to work even harder because I run with the cross-country guys.
Her work ethic, Hayel has a very unique work ethic in that she is very well prepared for practice. She likes to run by herself. She likes to work hard, and she likes to actually run with the varsity boys at times.
She has played 4 sports since then, but now she wants to focus on one thing.
I really want to focus on running right now. I want to do track, and like I'm trying to do my best. I want to do my best.
So far, Hayel has won all of her meets and is ranked 40th out of an estimate of 200 in the district sectionals. Hayel plans on attending the military right after school, but says if she had to pick a college to go to, she will go to Grand Canyon University. I'm Tierney Hightower reporting for Jaguar News.
And that's it for this week's sports. Don't forget about tonight's basketball game. Back to you, girls.
South basketball teams are hooping up the nets, and so can you at South Mountain's Hoopcoming. On January the 31st, the South girls basketball team will be playing home versus Cactus Shadows. After the game, Stugo will hold a homecoming, but in this case, they call it Hoopcoming. The theme will be 90s era. It's just like homecoming, they'll have decorations, a DJ, and a dance floor. It will be from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. Tickets will not be sold in advance and will only be sold the same day at the door. Ticket prices start at $3 if you have a ticket from the basketball game. Tickets are $5 if you bring a canned food item and $7 for general admission.
A new bundle of joy has joined the Jaguar family. Drama teacher Mrs. Lyons gave birth to Madison Rose Lyons just after the new year. Madison came into the world at 6:20 a.m. on January 1st at Good Samaritan Hospital in downtown Phoenix.
That's all for this week's edition of Jaguar News.
Next week we'll bring to you a story on a man who gives extra attention to those in need.
Goodbye.